I plan to go up to maintenance calories for the holidays. I estimate I am at 300 to 500 calorie deficit currently, as I haven't found my maintenance calories previously. Sorry. To prevent a weight spike by jumping all at once to the maintenance calories, how many calories a week should I add to smoothly transition? Yes. Okay. So this is somebody who wants to gently work their way up to maintenance calories for the holidays. And what I would encourage you to think about doing is, if that makes you feel safe, you can go either direction. You could say, okay, I think I'm eating 300 to 500 below maintenance, and I'm going to just do it all at once. Or you can ease your way into it. And it really comes down to the person and how they feel comfortable with everything. But let's just go on the assumption, based on this question, that this person feels much better doing it in slow increments. What I would encourage you is maybe just add 100 calories every single week, getting you up an extra 400, right? And then what I would do is ultimately have a plan to keep your meals very consistent to what they are now, but just adding in 100 calories to each meal through the day. So, like for instance, 100 calories at breakfast could be walnuts on top of your oatmeal. At lunch the following week, maybe you add a half of an avocado or half of a sweet potato to your lunch routine. That's an extra 100 calories. Going into dinner, maybe you add a cup of brown rice or something to that effect. Gently increasing the volume and gently increasing the calories, but evenly distributed. What I see as being a very counterproductive way of doing this, and where I see people hurting themselves, is where they go, okay, I'm going to jump up to maintenance, 500 calories, and they really plan on staying there. But instead of doing what I'm suggesting by evenly distributing the calories through the day and adding something to each of your meals that you've been missing, they kind of throw it all into the fun foods or extra alcohol or going out to eat. And the reason that that is kind of problematic is because you're not only changing your calorie limits, you're altering calorie intake, but you're also really altering the composition of the food often. And you're bringing in a lot more kind of more fun foods, which can seemingly skew weight pretty quickly. So if somebody goes from eating what they normally would be eating to lose weight, extra 500 calories a day, and they're eating things like cupcakes and donuts in the break room, they might freak out when they see their weight jump up. But that weight inflation is kind of artificial and superficial, because they are eating a lot more carbs and a lot more simple sugars, things like that. And there's nothing wrong with having those foods. Please hear me on this. Nothing wrong with having those foods. But when your body is accustomed to eating certain things and you start throwing in a lot of processed fun foods, it will sometimes cause water weight to come on pretty quickly. And then that freaks somebody out, and they go from being excited about their maintenance break to now they're like, oh my God, I can't do this. And it's actually very mentally counterproductive. So that's why I encourage somebody, as they're establishing their maintenance calories, to try to keep their eating as consistent as possible, adding in that nice, a little bit of calories at each meal. And then once you're sure you've been doing it for a while, you're sure, hey, this looks like it's kind of my maintenance calories, then you could change up some of the composition of how you're doing things, and you have a little bit more freedom to do that. So that's how I would encourage you to think about that question.